Hello, I'm Robyn Kesnow RVT and founder of Animal RN. Today I have a tip for you that I think is very relevant to this time of year. You see, this time of year in many parts of the country, we have great weather for bringing our dogs with us throughout the day. Some people like to bring their dogs to work with them. Some people will just have the dog come with them on some errands, a little jaunt to the store, perhaps even on the way to a dog walk or a dog park and a proper dog outing. This time of year, though, we can have trouble if we're not careful. You see, in many parts of the country, it can be very cool in the mornings and the evenings. In fact, quite comfortable for your dog to go for a ride with you. However, in the middle of the day, because it is not overtly hot, we can be misguided in thinking that it's comfortable for our pets with the windows rolled down. So today I have for you some tools and some tricks to help you avoid that problem. We all know that we want to love on our animals. Let me give you some tools to help you with that. The first tip I have for you, if you live right here in Sonoma County, Santa Rosa, where Animal RN is based, we have a fantastic tool. The first tool is something anyone can use from across the country, but is especially relevant here, and that's the Sonoma Humane Society. So the Humane Society of Sonoma County has a website, sonomahumane.org. On that website, you'll find a link. They've parked a car with a thermometer inside. This way, online, you can see the real temperature outside and the temperature in the car. It can be amazing, the variance in those temperatures, even with the windows down. So use that as a tool to help you understand what the temperature inside the car is doing during hot middle of the days, or even slightly warm and yet too hot in the car. Now, some other physical tools I have for you. These are great and have been hard to find for some people, so I'm excited to share them with you. The first are these babies. These are called vent locks. Now, this product I found from an agility website. I'll put the link here for you. It consists of a hook on one end, and it screws tighter and looser, okay? And then on this end, it has just this little loop, and it's a metal thing and comes in various lengths. Now, what this does is, I have a Honda Odyssey, for example. I will lift up the hatchback in the back. I will use the hook to secure it where the door would normally latch down at the base. I'll tighten it so it can't be removed just by wiggling it. And then I'm going to lower the door, and instead of catching at the base there where it's meant to, it's going to catch right here. I can even then set my locks so that no one can get into my car unless they can fit in this space, which is part of why the great multiple sizes, so you can find the right size for you. Putting down your windows is great. Having airflow is even better. So these vent locks can help have airflow. And you can use a quite short one so that you reduce the security risk. Your animals don't get out, although they should be harnessed in or in a crate anyway. But this way you can have the benefit of airflow without such great risk, depending on where you're going and what's going on in your vehicle. Another tip that I have for your trick or tool is this wonderful shade. You might have seen these before. It's mesh, it's silvery. This thing is called a sunshade, a moonshade. It comes in many sizes, and I'm here to tell you the one I have in front of me could lay on the bed of a twin bed as a comforter and be huge over on that bed. And on my Honda Odyssey, it fits perfectly. What I do is lay this across the top of the vehicle, and by putting it over top, the sun is reflected. So even the painted top that doesn't have sun coming in through a window, beating in, increasing that temperature, it still reflects away some of that heat and helps to keep the inside cooler by a significant amount. When I lay this over the top, the other thing I do is tilt it towards the side that's getting the sun. So I increase the coverage on those windows to, again, reduce the amount of heat that's able to get into the car and not able to escape, which is the problem, essentially, when we have our animals in the car. The other great thing about this giant thing, unlike most things in their packaging, it folds back up into this thing, and the reality is I don't even fold it. I just ball it up and stick it in there. It works fantastically. One of the other things you can do with a sheet is secure it in various ways. For example, I carry around in just one of the odd little compartments, you know, the side door thingies that aren't really big enough for anything else, some of these ginormous vise type clips. These can be found at any major box hardware store. I get mine at Home Depot, and they're so big I can clip them to the whole door if I needed to secure that to the whole door, or I can loop it over my roof rack. Depending on the logistics of your car, this could be a helpful tool. Another toy, I'll call it a toy, well, the same place I bought the giant bath sheet of a moonshade, I also found these magnets. Now these really stick, and so I can put the material, because it's mesh, right between there and the car, and it holds it in place. Many cars have plastic parts. So another thing I've been able to do, besides using these in those cases, is to hook the mesh material through the little hook on here and then set the magnet on the metal part, even though it might be a bit further away. Okay, so I am Robyn Kesnow, and I have for you these tips and tricks, and I would love to hear if you have more.